I'm live and I'm cross. Oh. Okay. I do need to share the link, actually. That's quite right. Wait, first I need to copy the link. Then I need to share the link. Breathe. Just breathe. Breathe in and away. Hello. I just had to copy paste the link for Twitter. Well, that was really annoying for a little while there. I am very sorry about that. It's not me who should be sorry, it's YouTube for making their friggin' streaming shit so hard to handle. I appreciate you and your patience so much. I mean, seriously. It's insane how much. And actually, we are not far from the end of this part. You know, like part 1, part 2. We're nearly up to part 3. So, well, thank you guys so much for your patience. It's really appreciated. Okay. Wait for people to get here, but sorry. Hey Jesse, welcome back. I've got it working. We're nearly at the end. Well, not the end of the story, just the end of this chapter. Sub part of the story. For how many people do we wait for? I don't know. I'm gonna have a drink. Hey, we're back. Water. Pure NZ spring water. That's what it says. Of course, what it actually is pure tap water. Comes from a New Zealand tap. Okay, we got 5 people. That's pretty much who was here before, right? We are constantly having to reanimate this stream, which feels very on topic, I think. Sorry, I'm just fixing my hair. I'm doing it in a new way, slightly. And I'm still learning. I'm learning about backcombing. It's going to make me powerful. Exactly. They take my internet out. They make YouTube hard to navigate. They make me tired and mix up my wordings. But I will never stop posting. I will not shut up and I will not log off. Oh, let's wait for a couple people to rejoin us, I guess. So, what did you guys do when I was fucking around and trying to make it work again? You just sit there looking at the loading screen? Cool. I'm sure that was fun. Oh, if you want to know how I get the thumbnails for these, I don't know how to save pictures on this computer. So I just get like Snapchat pictures and hold it right up to the screen when it asks to take a thumbnail. Oh, that's nice. Where in the world am I? Indeed. Okay. We're all back. Oh, nice. Thank you. We're all back. Okay. More than this, killed in a customs battle. More than this, no tongue ever uttered of Joseph Curwen's end, and Charles Ward had only a single hint wherewith to construct a theory. This hint was the merest thread, a shaky underscoring of a passage in Jedediah Orne's confiscated letter to Curwen, as partly copied in Ezra Whedon's handwriting. The copy was found in the possession of Smith's descendants, and we are left to decide whether Whedon gave it his companion after the end, as a mute clue to the abnormality which had occurred, or whether, as is more probable, Smith had it before and added the underscoring himself from what he had managed to extract from his friend by shrewd guessing and adroit cross-questioning. The underlined passage is merely this: I say to you again, do not call up any that you cannot put down, by the which I mean any that in turn can call up somewhat against you, whereby your powerfulest devices may not be of use. Ask of the lesser, lest the greater shall not wish to answer and shall command more than you. Good rule for the occult, the undead. In the light of this passage, and reflecting on what last unmentionable allies a beaten man might try to summon in his direst extremity, Charles Ward may well have wondered whether any citizen of Providence killed Joseph Curwen. The deliberate effacement of every memory of the dead man from Providence life and annals was vastly aided by the influence of the raiding leaders. They had not at first meant to be so thorough, and had allowed the widow and her father and child to remain in ignorance of the true conditions. But Captain Tillinghast was an astute man, the father-in-law, and soon uncovered enough rumours to whet his horror and cause him to demand that his daughter and granddaughter change their name, burn the library and all remaining papers, and chisel the inscription from the slate slab above Joseph Curwen's grave. He knew Captain Whipple well, and probably extracted more hints from that bluff mariner than anyone else ever gained, respecting the end of the accursed sorcerer. From that time on, the obliteration of Curwen's memory became increasingly rigid, extending at last by common consent even to the town records and files of the Gazette. It can be compared in spirit only to the hush that lay on Oscar Wilde's name for a decade after his disgrace, and in extent only to the fate of that sinful king of Runazar in Lord Dunsany's tale, whom the gods decided must not only cease to be, but must cease ever to have been. Bluff mariners, missing seamen. This tale has everything. Mrs. Tillinghast, as the widow became known after 1772, sold the house in Olney Court and resided with her father in Powers Lane till her death in 1817. The farm at Pawtuxet, shunned by every living soul, remained to moulder through the years and seemed to decay with unaccountable rapidity. By 1780 only the stone and brickwork were standing, and by 1800 even these had fallen to shapeless heaps. None ventured to pierce the tangled shrubbery on the river bank, behind which the hillside door may have lain, nor did any try and frame a definite image of the scenes amidst which Joseph Curwen departed from the horrors he had wrought. Only robust old Captain Whipple was heard by alert listeners to mutter once in a while to himself, "Pox on that blank," but he had no business to laugh while he screamed. 'Twas as though the damned blank had summoned up his sleeve. For half a crown I'd burn his blank house. The end. Although, actually, let me do it with other blanks. Pox on that motherfucker, but he had no business to laugh while he screamed. 'Twas as though the damned bitch had summoned up his sleeve. For half a crown I'd burn his fucking house. I don't know what the dashes represent. Probably much milder stuff. But so that's the end of part 2, which is like the whole history. Part 1 was setting up Charles Dexter Ward. He was a young man, he loved history, he went mental, he disappeared. Part 2 has all been about Joseph Curwen, what happened to him, what we think may have happened to him. And now we're up to part 3, a search and an evocation, which is where we come back to the present day, to Charles Ward, learning all this stuff. And that is where I will leave you, even though this is only 10 minutes long, because the other videos were a lot longer than that. And I need to think about what I'm going to have for dinner. And thank you so much for sticking with me. I will be back tomorrow, which is Thursday, I believe. And yeah, we'll carry on then. And it will be good. And I was going to say I would find a way to plug the Ethernet cable into the computer, but I can't really. I mean, there's no plug for it, so I can't. But yeah. Charlie Dexter went to sea. He'll come back and marry me. Throwing apples at a tree, Bonnie Charlie Dexter. I can't remember the words. I don't think it's about throwing apples. But thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow. Wash your hands. Be good to each other. See you tomorrow. Or whenever.